Hey, it's Coach M here. Are you looking for a way to effectively communicate with your teenager so they actually listen to you and want to take your advice? Are you tired of repeating yourself over and over? Or feeling like you're just not getting through to your teen? If so, this video is going to change it all for you. I'm going to help you see how harnessing the power of questions can be a huge game changer in your relationship with your teenager. Coming up. If you could do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button for me, that would be great. I'm on a mission to get these powerful tools and strategies on this channel into as many parents' hands as possible. Thank you. If you want to have an incredible relationship with your teenager, where your teenager not only begins to listen to you, but they also start to analyze and think more deeply about their own ideas, thoughts, and decisions, then you're in the right place. The quickest way to achieve this is through the power of questions. Not just any questions, though. It has to be through the strategic implementation of open-ended, empowering questions. And they have to be asked at the right time. The right questions asked at the right time can create huge transformation. They can inspire deeper understanding and result in insight and true change. What is super important to remember is your timing and your approach when asking your teenager empowering questions is everything. If you start asking your teenager questions at the wrong time, you're going to get resistance. Has this ever happened to you? You call your teenager down to dinner and you start asking them a barrage of questions about their friends or school or their sports, and you end up getting one-word answers or the infamous, everything's fine, or it's okay, or I don't know. If your teen answers you in this way, it's your cue that your timing is off. So you'll want to stop asking questions at this point. Also, be very mindful of your approach with your teenager. Teens are hypersensitive to our body language, especially our facial micro movements and the tone and pitch of our voice. Your approach resembles how you usually approach them when you're about to lecture them or provide a teaching moment for them. You'll want to change your approach when you start asking them empowering questions. Oftentimes, a big part of the problem with our approach is we have an agenda of what we want to tell our teen or what we want them to understand from the conversation we're having with them. But this is exactly what stops true communication with our teenager from taking place. When we don't show up with our teen in a curious, open way, a way that truly seeks understanding and connection, we ruin the chances of connecting with our teenager. Just so you know, your teenager can spot your agenda a mile away, and all it tells them is that you're not really communicating with them to understand who they are and what they're going through. Instead, all they think is, here we go again, mom or dad wants to lecture me about something. And instantly your teen's walls will go up and you're going to get the one-word answers or complete resistance from them. So before you talk to your teenager, you'll want to make sure you practice the ITA method first, which stands for intention, timing, and approach. If you want more information on the ITA method, check out the video here and it's linked in the description below. There are two main types of open-ended empowering questions: relational questions and thinking questions. Both types of questions are designed to help you gain more awareness and understanding into who your teenager is and what they think. Relational empowering questions are those open-ended questions that help you understand your teen's passions, their interests, what they hold dear to their heart, what they struggle with, what energizes and what depletes them. These questions, when asked in a non-judgmental way, are the gateway into your teen's heart, into their uniqueness, their prominent personality traits, their values, their strengths. The answers to these questions reveal the truth of what's really important to your teenager, and they allow you to reflect back to them who they really are. Here are some great relational empowering questions to ask your teenager. Again, practice the ITA method before asking these questions. And remember, empowering questions are never judgmental. They're always asked in a curious, neutral tone with the ultimate goal of developing understanding. What is something about our family that annoys or frustrates you? What is something you love about our family? What is a favorite memory of a time spent together? What made it meaningful for you? If I wanted to do something to make you smile, what could I do? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being completely relaxed and 10 being super stressed, what is your overall level of stress this week? Why do you think you chose that number instead of a lower number on the scale? What is one of your accomplishments that made you feel the proudest? In your opinion, what is the biggest challenge teenagers face today? If you could change one rule in our home, what would it be and why would you want to make the change? When I notice that you're mad about something, what would you like for me to do? What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? How did the activity make you feel? Would you do it again? What are some things that completely deplete your energy? What are some things that give you a lot of energy? If your life were turned into a book, what would be the perfect title for it? I would recommend asking only a couple relational empowering questions in one conversation. Sometimes, if we ask too many questions, our teen will feel like we're interrogating them and they'll start to shut down. Now, when you ask one of these questions, it's important to reflect back to your teenager what you heard them say. And I recommend either using rephrasing or paraphrasing. With rephrasing, you'll reflect back to them what they've told you, but you put it in your own words. Just make sure that you use similar words so that your meaning and what your teenager has told you matches. With paraphrasing, you're making an educated guess at what your teen means and how they feel. Reflections give you an opportunity to show your teenager that you are truly listening and understanding what they're telling you. When you use reflections, it helps your teen feel safe and trust you more, which means they'll want to tell you more. Now, for some situations, you'll want to ask thinking, empowering questions. These are questions that do just that. They get your teen to think through their thoughts, their ideas, and their beliefs. You'll want to start these questions with how, when, where, and what. But you don't want to ask why questions. Too often, questions that start with why come across as accusatory, and they will shut down communication with your teenager really fast. So avoid why questions at all costs. You may be wondering why your teenager is engaging in a certain behavior, but you'll want to think about how you can ask the question in a non-judgmental way without starting the question with why. Some examples of thinking, empowering questions are: if you had to guess, what do you think contributed to your feelings about that? What do you think about? How do you feel about? What are your thoughts about? What do you think you were feeling right before you did? What thoughts were you having that led to the feelings you felt? Do you believe the way you handled this situation was the best or not? And if so, can you provide 3 reasons why? If not, what do you think is a better way to handle it in the future? When you think about this situation, what feelings come up for you? What do you think causes you to respond that way? What do you ultimately want? What need do you think you were trying to get met in this situation? Were you feeling unheard, misunderstood, unimportant, disrespected? How do you think I should handle this? Start implementing these questions into your conversations with your teenager and watch how they respond to you. Just keep your tone neutral and non-judgmental, and of course, practice the ITA method first. These types of questions will help your teenager to feel heard, valued, and understood, which will build more trust. Once your teenager trusts that you won't freak out on them, that you won't yell at them or lecture them, and they see that you're actually trying to understand them, they'll want to come to you for your advice and they'll start seeking out your wisdom. Empowering questions asked at the right time truly have the power to transform your relationship with your teenager. You'll go from getting one-word answers to your teen actually wanting to talk to you about everything they're going through. If you want more help with how and when to ask empowering questions, click on the link below and I'll send you some great tools. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it where I give you the best tools and strategies to navigate the teen years, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click on the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. And I upload videos weekly. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.